Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of Total War Rome 2 Mods Weekly. Rome 2's Grand Campaign has a huge selection of factions to choose from, covering a wide variety of cultures, starting positions, and playstyles. However, the same cannot be said for its DLC campaigns. Recently, I showcased the brilliant mod Parabellum Factions, which is a comprehensive faction unlocker that unlocks all factions across all campaigns, giving them unique faction traits and, in most cases, functioning family trees and victory conditions as well. With the right mod combinations, playing as minor factions in Rome 2 can be a ton of fun. They offer us experiences that we just can't get in the vanilla game, sometimes even rivaling the official DLC culture packs in terms of quality. I'm looking at you, Pirates and Raiders. One minor faction that I highly recommend trying out is Judea with the Judean Expansion for Imperator Augustus mod. Their precarious diplomatic situation, combined with their unique temples and unit selection, make them a must-try if you're looking for a fleshed-out, DLC-like experience. So in this video, I'm going to go over this mod and show you why it should definitely be on your radar the next time you want to try something different for Rome 2. Judea begins as a client state of Mark Antony's Rome, and holds only one region, the legendary city of Jerusalem. Their faction traits center around the faction's historical enmity with Rome. They receive melee attack and defense penalties when fighting against Romans and Parthians, as well as moderate diplomatic penalties with all Roman factions. They also receive reduced construction costs for temples, sanitation, and city center buildings. They fall under the Eastern Culture Group and thus benefit from the Secret Police and Great Marksman traits as well. Great Marksman really comes in handy for the Judean unit roster, which we'll get into in a bit. Early in your playthrough, you'll be faced with a decision. Support your overlord Mark Antony in his wars in order to secure your northern border, or declare independence and risk being surrounded on all sides by enemies. In my playthrough, I chose to bide my time and play it safe, opting to support Antony in his cascading declarations of war. It ended up paying off. Egypt, who is also one of Antony's client states, declared war on me within the first 10 turns, and to my surprise, Antony sided with me over them. It took a grueling war of attrition, but I managed to secure Lower Egypt by turn 80. Their bonuses to city center, sanitation, and temple construction makes building infrastructure in these conquered territories a breeze. Speaking of temples, Judea has a completely unique temple building chain with some insanely powerful, faction-wide buffs. The synagogue side of the tree focuses heavily on local public order, research rate, and cultural income multipliers. The temple side of the tree is over 3 times as expensive, but comes with an absolutely chunky 250 base income from culture, 4 food, 4 faction-wide public order, 10% tax rate, and a garrison of 4 temple guards. More on those gigachads later. Both of these temple chains are powerful on their own, but they also synergize with each other, so thanks to their cultural income interactions, you can easily build both chains in a province for an insane positive feedback loop. The fact that they begin as a client state of Rome, combined with their anti-Roman faction traits, makes for an immersive campaign experience grounded in history. If you've ever played as the Lakhmids in Total War Attila, it feels similar to that. An underdog sandwiched between great powers, biding your time before declaring independence from your overlord. None of this would be enough for me to recommend them though, without the awesome new Judean units that come with this mod. Despite being an Eastern faction, Judea uses Hellenic units as a baseline, with access to hoplites, citizen cavalry, and peltasts early on. However, beginning with Tier 2, they begin unlocking their unique units, and there are some gems in here, guys. Insurgent Militia have 200 entities per unit and can use the whip ability, giving them more stamina than other units in their class. Judean Thoreo Spears and Judean Thoreo Swords were 2 units that basically carried me through my war with Egypt. The Great Marksman trait from the Eastern Culture Group takes them from a baseline of 5 ammunition and buffs it up to 7. This essentially turns them into javelin men replacements. They can also form a hollow square formation, which allows them to throw their javelins from any direction, while also making them unflankable in the process. These are your versatile, jack-of-all-trades, dependable units that you can use throughout your campaign. Judea also gets their own mid-tier pikeman unit in the form of Judean pikemen, as well as a late-game variant in the form of the powerful Royal Pikemen, so Sarissa Phalanx enjoyers will feel right at home. Judean sword and spear cohorts fill the role of powerful late-game infantry, and they look really cool, guys. I'm a simple man, I see Imitation Legionary I like. Hybrid units like the Picked Peltists and the Zealots from Mazada blur the lines between missile and melee infantry. Noble Resistant Guards are decent General's Bodyguard units that can form shield wall, while Temple Guard of Jerusalem, who act as garrison units for the temple buildings, are just Giga Chad tier, clocking in at a whopping 115 armor. Cavalry options range from nimble light cavalry to the mid-tier Judean Lancers to the powerful Judean Cataphracts available in the endgame. As you can probably tell by now, their units are a unique blend of Hellenized, Romanized, and Eastern-influenced units, the latter two referencing their proximity to the Romans and the Parthians. In terms of visuals, the units look amazing. Nordo brilliantly utilized DLC assets to make Judean units stand out from their vanilla neighbors. You'll see custom officer skins with long swords, coats of scale mail, winged helmets, and more. Leather armor and helmets from Rise of the Republic, Corinthian helmets from Wrath of Sparta. Nordo pulled from anything and everything he possibly could to make these units, and the benefit of this is that the download size is only 1.5 megabytes. The mod is save game compatible, meaning you can add it to an existing save game with no problem. However, once you bake it into your save, you can't remove it, so keep that in mind. And by the way, that's the case for any unit mod. Speaking of unit mods, I'm also running it alongside Zebedee's unit roster overhaul, Forgotten Factions unit compilation, and C&D's Persian faction roster expansion to spice up the rosters of nearby factions, and also to keep things interesting as, in my humble opinion, the Judean roster is a bit on the strong side. And that's it for this video, guys. You can find the links to everything you need to get started as Judea in Total War Rome 2's Imperator Augustus Campaign in the description box down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, or even subscribing to the channel for more Total War mods, news, video essays, and more. On your screen right now is some more Total War content that you might enjoy, so consider checking it out if it looks interesting to you. Leave any comments, questions, or concerns down below. Remember to leave a thumbs up on the mod page to support the authors. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.